One thing I am actually jealous of, not the snakes, not the spiders, I'm not jealous of that, but it's the amount of different birds you have here.
Oh yeah.
In England, we have like pigeons and seagulls. I remember like the first time I landed in Sydney, I thought it was like a city. I'm used to like seeing some exotic birds, and the first thing I see was, I believe, I didn't know what it was. I just saw a bird with a really long, thin beak, and then I look at it and I'm like, and then Sydney's like, "Go on, what are you looking at?" And then she looks at it and she goes, "What the fuck is that?"
That's called a bin chicken.
Yeah. That is just the weirdest fucking thing.
It is the weirdest thing. They're an absolute nuisance as well.
I just can't believe they exist. Like, I feel in like every other country, there would have been something that just got rid of them by accident. You know, like in the UK, we just have annoying little kids. They would piss them off. They'd be like, "Oh, fuck this, we're going back in the country."
No, but the problem with the bin chickens is that they're so big that the kids are like, "I don't want to go anywhere near that thing." Like,
how are they so big? They're walking around like little toddlers. It's so weird.
It's because they just like, as the name suggests, they just go into the bins and they just fucking, they're basically like our equivalent of crows. I mean, we have that, you know, we have what are the blackbirds that we have here again? Magpies, thank you. Yeah, we have the magpies here.
I've heard that magpies are kind of cunts. Is that true?
Oh yeah. In fact, I think it's like, I read a study that said like, magpies were like, I think, #1 or #2 biggest reason as to why cyclists get into accidents. Because they're such shit cunts. All right, let me tell you. Magpies, right, they do this thing called swooping, right? Which is basically, they're so incredibly territorial that if you go even in like a 10-kilometer radius of their nest, they're just like, that's a threat. And they just start swooping you. And so cyclists who are like, just, you know, having a casual Sunday morning cycle, just get swooped by these magpies and they fucking go ass over tit.
And they fucking just dive bomb them?
Yeah, they dive bomb them.
Oh my god.
Yeah, who's been dive bombed by a magpie before? Yeah, thank you. another
cycling here.
Yeah. So, Connor, cyclothon in Australia, right?
No.
Level impossible.
Connor's gonna turn up in a full suit of armor, and he's like, "Okay, I am ready now."
Okay, let's hypothetically, let's say I was stupid enough to say yes.
Okay.
And I'm ready to fight off every single dangerous animal and fucking, I can't even sleep in my hotel room without fear of being killed by a spider.
Okay.
Your internet is so fucking shit here. I'll be like, "Hey guys, well, welcome back to the stream. All right, I'll see you guys in 2 hours when I get near a telephone tower." Also, okay, so in Japan, right, when you cycle between the cities, it's like everything's about 50 to 100 kilometers separate.
Yeah.
In Australia, it's like, all right, 2 days into the cyclothon, and we still haven't left Sydney. 4 days in, I still haven't got to the next city. Maybe 9 days in, we'll finally reach another city, and it'll be fucking Canberra. Yeah. Oh, fuck this. I'm going home.
Yeah, I've always thought about that. Like, if you were to do a cyclothlon in Australia, what would be like the most optimal route? Because it's like, cycling from Sydney to Canberra would be nice while you're in Sydney for the first 3 days. But then after that, it's like, fuck all. Like, it's not, like, what? I don't know.
I know, because Australia is massive, right? Cycling isn't the most optimal way to get around this country. Yeah. Especially with all of the dangers that you'll have to go through.
The quick time events, magpies.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't think it'll be doable, to be honest with you. Maybe if you like went from one end of Sydney to the other, maybe, but that wouldn't be much fun.
That would be shit.
Yeah. Imagine how you'd advertise that. I cycle all of Sydney. Australians are like, wow. The rest of the world is like, you cycle the city. The fuck?
What other kind of birds are there here in Australia that you get to regularly see?
Birds in Australia? Obviously we have cockatoos.
Yeah, we just see flocks of them here.
Yeah.
It's so weird because this is such an exotic bird that, you know, you rarely get to see.
They sound
just
like,
in the wild.
their cry sounds like a chain smoker trying to hack up a loogie, you know? It's like, ah! It's like, my God, when you get woken up by that at like 5 in the morning, it's just like, oh my God, I'm gonna kill these birds. And then we have the kookaburra. as well, which is a bird that the cry sounds like it's laughing.
What type of bird is the one you have as a pet?
I had a cockatiel, which is just like a small. It's like a baby cockatoo. Basically.
No, it looked like an SS tier skin of a pigeon. It was sick. It looks so cool. Yeah, like our birds all suck in the UK. We just have pigeons, like and hundreds of them.
We have pigeons and seagulls here as
Yeah,
well.
but you guys have other tiers. You have like SS tier birds, like this.
Yeah, you guys actually have like a drop rate with like different tiers of birds here.
Sure,
We have 2, and they're both like 1 stars.
Yeah, seagulls and pigeons.
I don't know. What would be the most exotic bird you'd see?
Because you are
Commonly.
like, after
Any
coming to your
ideas?
house for the first time, you actually convinced me when I'm able to get one, I'm definitely going to get a bird as a pet.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
They're
I
the
want
best.
a pet. Does anyone here have a pet bird? Woo.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
That's
hell
what's
yeah,
up.
hell yeah, you know.
Pet birds are awesome. They have so
Yeah.
much personality.
Oh my god. I saw I have another bird story after my previous bird story involving a bird in Thailand.
Yeah.
I saw the saddest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Okay.
In my Thai house last month when I was living there. So in my Thai house, it's kind of out of the city, so it's kind of like closer to the outskirts. It's closer to nature. So we see a lot of wildlife there. We have had massive snakes that we've had to get rid of our snakes in our house as well. But we get a lot of birds as well. And this one time, I was just chilling out in my hammock in my backyard, and I see 2 birds in front of me. One's just sitting there, and there is another bird who I assume to be a male bird doing some kind of mating dance. So he had his wings out like this. Kind of like this,
Yeah.
just doing this.
Oh, is that like the blackbirds?
Sorry?
Are they like the blackbirds that
I
do
think
that?
so, yeah,
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so he was dancing in front of this other bird for a full-on 10 minutes. And then after about 10, 15 minutes, the other bird just flies off. And I've never wanted...
The bird flew off. Yes.
I've never wanted to give a bird a hug so badly in my life, because all he did was just slowly put his wings back, didn't even fly off, and just walked off to a bush.
That's just me every time I'm at a club. I dance for 10 minutes, the woman walks off, and I'm like, all right, I'll get a beer.
That was just like a bro moment in real life. I was like, bro, it's okay, man, it's okay. You'll find another one.
There's
man.
another
You'll
one,
find
don't
another
worry.
one.
Why do you guys have so many stories with animals?
I'm in Australia.
This is so
what do you
weird.
think? Well, do you not have any?
I thought we
What
all
are
watched,
the
I thought
animals?
we played games and watched anime. Why are we interacting with so much nature?
What are the animals that you commonly find in Wales?
Sheep.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's a Welsh pastime? Well, what do you guys do?
Sometimes you'll be on the train and then it'll be like, sorry, there is a sheep on the track. We cannot continue. It's real. That happens a lot. And you're like, well, how do we move it? And you're like, you don't. It just moves.
Well, you don't, but like, the sheep can't be that big, right? You could just get
No, but you
someone to
can't
just
fucking-
push it.
You can't push a sheep.
Why
They're
not?
fucking big.
Just get like 3 people to just be like, all right, out of the way.
All right, get Gavin, Steve.
Yeah,
We're going to
fuck-
go push
yeah,
these
fuck off.
fucking sheep. No,
All the train conductors are like, all right, come on, let's go. Move the sheep.
they'll eventually move.
Wait, okay, so you said you've experienced that before, right?
Yeah, many
what's,
times.
What's the longest you've had to wait for a sheep to move?
Like 40 minutes.
Oh my god.
Because sometimes it's like they bring all their friends and they're all crossing. Because sometimes the train go through like someone's farmland.
Yeah.
So then it's just like, you're just slowly watching them go. And then they're like, let's go back.
Oh my god.
No, okay. But yeah, that happens. Other than that, just it's like imagine you ever did like a difficulty slider of like wildlife.
Yeah.
Wales is like putting it all the way down to 0, and Australia is like cranking it to 10,
Yeah.
and then putting like nightmare mode on top of it.
Yeah.
It's like we don't have anything that's really dangerous. We just had like rams. Do you guys have rams?
Do we have rams?
There's like sheep that are really angry.
I think we do have rams, but you'd have to go out to like rural Australia to find those, and like no one fucking lives out there.
Oh,
so.
I was like, I was shopping one time at this local like, I don't know, like a corner store. It was kind of far out, and I was just there, and I went outside of the store, and as I came out of the store, there was just a ram just on the road.